Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, rather strangely as you can see on the top of the screen, it says Ossiarch Bonereapers, tactics from a pro. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Ossiarch Bonereapers, good gosh. Yet again, before we begin, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please absolutely punch the subscribe button and destroy the bell button so that you never miss another upload. So, what does it say? It says, with Battle Term Ossiarch Bonereapers available to pre-order right now, and legions of them on the way this weekend, we're looking at some tactics for the sinister new army. To help, we have Reality's Closet Thing to master General Catacross, Expert Gamer Russ Veal. So the emphasis on the right now is basically obviously a selling tactic. I like it. It's funny. Anyway, Russ says, when I was asked by the great necromancer Martin to write an article about the new Ossiarch Bonereapers, I jumped at the chance. Luckily, I had the opportunity to playtest the army, so I have plenty of insights into achieving victory with the Ossiarch Bonereapers. Ossiarch Bonereapers. I may change the pronunciation. This looks like a different angle of the same picture we saw the other day. Just have a quick glance at the models. They do look quite substantial. They look like they'll take a good wash, to be honest. I don't know about... I've never used the contrast paint, so I can't honestly tell you, but I have a feeling they might be good for that as well, with all the ridges and the loads of little bits. Possibly. If you don't like painting eyes, these guys are probably not going to be your guys, because they've got eyes on the back of their head, which is rather funny, because of the old saying. Anyway, choosing a commander. Like most death armies, your characters are the linchpins of your force, and deciding on your character loadout, yes, will be key for your battle plan. Making sure that you have the right combination of command abilities, spells, and relentless discipline point generation is very important. On top of that, the decision of what legions you will use needs to be made. This might be something you decide around the units that you want to use and a playstyle that suits you, or could be driven by a paint scheme or background. Whatever you pick, build a force which plays to the Legion's strengths. For example, if you're building an army around the Kavalos Death Riders, then use the Ossiarch Lords is an obvious choice, giving you an ability to run and charge as well as the ability to retreat and charge. If you're using the Catacross, then Mortis Praetorians would be the legion of choice, so you can benefit from his powerful command ability. I'm guessing this is the dude himself. I have a little glancy poos at the model. So he's got a big old chin thing going on, very Egyptian, very nice. He's got what appears to be a horse, but could be a dragon thing, with its little teeth and stuff. I'm going to guess more of a lizard type thing, but obviously we don't know because it's just a skeleton. The tails, I think, however, may give it away. And then there's like a little thing underneath. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, both Nagesh and Arkan gain the Ossiarch Bonereapers keyword. So they can benefit from the Legion abilities, be boosted by a range of great command abilities, and heal your army's units. Yes, even themselves. Arkan is a fantastic utility piece in your army, giving you access to the entire lore of the Mortisans, 3 casts per turn, and bonuses to cast. So he gives you 3 spells, and you get extra better things for doing so. That's how it would appear. It's got a bit of a small face on him, so the opposite of why the long face. This is more of like a why the short face kind of thing. Sorry, not really that funny, but what's he got going on his hat? Again, Egyptian-esque. Looks like he's wearing power armor. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Possibly wrong. Anyway, Nagesh is also a truly terrifying commander. He's a hefty investment at 880 points. But some of the subtle changes to his wall scrolls, such as casting Arcane Bolt multiple times, make him a great offensive threat. He can buff units and himself with spells and abilities, and thanks to the Ossiarch Bonereapers keyword, he can be buffed by spending Relentless Discipline from other characters. He also has the benefits of Legion keyword. So, the Petrifex Elite, he can increase his rend and with bludgeon, and it has a 2+ armor save. He has access to a brilliant command ability, which allows units to reroll ones and save to hit and save across your entire army too. So let's have a little look at that then. Supreme Lord of the Undead. Nagesh is the undisputed master of all undead creatures. You can use this command ability in your hero phase if the model is on the battlefield. If you do so until the next hero phase, you can reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by friendly death units, and you can reroll save rolls of 1 for attacks that target friendly death units, and do not take battle shocks for friendly death units. So this one seemed pretty stupid not to use. I feel like there's possibly going to be a cool one, but why would you not use that? Because like if he's got a 2-up save and he rerolls ones, then it's like almost unkillable to an extent. Obviously with the rend and stuff it's going to decrease that, but still rerolling them ones. However, you may struggle to generate enough Relentless Discipline points for the army, and you'll also have a smaller number of units in your force. I recommend taking a Liege Cavalos to generate 2 points per battle round and trying to include good. Gosh, my language is so bad today. Include multiples of smaller units and for more chances to get those nifty points. Nifty points. Love it. Managing Relentless Discipline points. Speaking of Relentless Discipline, managing this resource is the key to victory with the Ossiarch Bonereapers. These points are generated at the start of each battle round, which means you don't need a hero phase to replenish your points. How nifty. This allows you to mitigate the effect of the dreaded double turn, or flip-flop versus Jason, as Jervis calls it. Good gosh. But this does present a challenge in its own challenge. Good gosh, as you cannot bank the points you don't spend, meaning efficient use of them is key to getting the most out of the small elite force. That was a bit cool, in my opinion. Let's see. To do this, you need to decide which abilities you are likely to use in your turn, as well as your opponent's turn. If you're going first, ensure that you have enough for defensive abilities. When your opponent has their turn, try to conserve the points for your turn. Going second is often preferable to going first. The army is so resilient that it can absorb your opponent's offensive players and spring into a counterattack, giving away a priority knowing you have a fresh set of points means you can really load up the abilities to mitigate the double turn and puts you in a double turn chance later in the game. Top units. The Ossiarch Bonereapers are strong alone, but deadly when used in combination. Unlike other death allegiances, they can operate and benefit from death saves from a unit's champion. Be wary of abilities like Stardrake's Carnivorous Jaws and ability to pick out your Hecatros champions. Okay, so Mortar Guard are amazing for holding defensive positions with reinforced battle shields, shield spell and shield wall command ability. This unit will be going anywhere. Reinforced battle shields has a casting value of 6 if successfully cast. Pick 1 Ossiarch Bonereapers units armed with shields or Nadirite battle shields, which is wholly within 24 inches of the caster and visible to them until the start of your next hero phase. Roll a dice. Each time you allocate a mortal wound to that unit on a 5+, the wound is negated. So that's okay. I mean, obviously, if you're going against a lot of mortal wound casting enemies, then yeah, go for it. I mean, it seems alright. But like, so like a 1 in 3 chance of saving mortal wounds specifically. It doesn't say normal wounds, so who knows, right? So let's see if it's in ability with this. So maybe I shouldn't be totally stupid. Use this command ability at the start of your combat phase. If you do so, pick one friendly Mortar Guard unit that includes a Mortar Hectros. You can reroll save rolls for attacks that target the enemy until the end of the combat phase. So that's good. I don't know what the save is, but it does allow them to reroll save rolls, and the other one is not a save roll. So that could be good. Again, making them really tough. Placing units with reach behind line of the Mortar Guard allows you to protect them from damaging while still swinging their attack against attackers. If using Morgarth Arcane or the new Necropolis Stalkers, they are then able to counterattack flying over the Mortar Guard in your turn. The Gothsar Harvester is very powerful when used in this way by positioning it within 3 inches of a charging enemy but outside of their reach. You can pile in and swing over the 25mm base of the Mortar Guard. Its best synergy is allowing you to return models and heal units via Bone Harvest special rule. Bear in mind this impacts both sides' models, so when a Mortar Guard is killed, on a 4+ it is returned. I think we read this the other day, so I won't read it again, but what I'll do is I'll leave it on. Feel free to pause it right now. There you go. And then we're going to read it on. Basically, you can bring guys back on a 4+. It is actually a really good rule, and I feel like they're going to get a little bit of spam, but, you know, I don't know what the point is on those. Then there's Mortar Crawlers. These fearsome machines cost as much as an elite unit, but can hit enemy characters and units at a long distance. Its necrotic skull attack is effective against lightly armoured targets like Skaven Plague Monks and Slanesh Daemonettes, but also at sniping characters with a damage of 5. Hit 1, fail. Good gosh. With a damage 5 hit, 1 failed save can result in 5 a wound hero being killed. So that is pretty good. So it's 3 attacks, hits on a 2+, wounds on a 3+. That is actually really pretty darn sick. Obviously, the damage table is going to decrease. But if you've got the other guy with you, you could then heal that unit and bring the damage table back up. 3 attacks, though, so it could do 15 wounds. Wow, that's pretty sick. So yeah, you could attack Skaven thingies, right? But it's not really going to do an awful lot. I mean, the nothing rend isn't great, but the hit and the wound is really good, and the damage of 5 is pretty sick, to be honest. So I would probably target characters, maybe, unless you've got nothing else to aim at. These attacks can also be boosted with spells like Soul Guide, giving you rerolls of 1s to hit and Endless Duty from the Liege Cavalos for +1 attack. The powerful Cast Steel 1-shot per game ability can be used for killing characters, especially if the crawler is damaged. The Cauldron of Torment can be used to decimate low bravery units like Moonclan Grots and Skaventide Infantry. These machines will force your opponent into engaging and gives you an option to deal with threats at a range. Wow, so this is quite prolific, this this little review today, isn't it? Do not use the attack sequence for an attack made with the Cast Steel. Instead, pick one enemy unit, model. So anyway, instead pick one enemy model that is in range of the attack and roll 2d6. Add the modifier to the Cast Steel shown on the damage table above and to the roll. If the result is equal to or greater than the wounds characteristic of the target model, it is slain. Wow, so Let me just reread that. So 2d6 and add the number of damage on the table, right? So it was equal to or greater to, so if we've got a damage of 5 and you roll 2d6 and get 12, you're going to be more than likely going to be able to just like absolutely kill, just take out a model straight off the bat. And so obviously this is the one once per turn thingy. So I never really noticed that. There's a little guy in a hamster cage. Nice. I like it. There's a little guy in the back, a couple of little guys. I say little guys, they're not really little, are they? There's a lot going on in this model, to be honest. Not that I'm selling them. So, as I mentioned, your heroes are important. They give you Relentless Discipline, access to top spells and command abilities. Protecting Arkan or Nagesh, for example, would be a top priority, so giving them a bodyguard with Mortar Guard means they're extremely difficult to kill, absorbing wounds with a soulbound protector special rule and then being healed back by the character they are protecting. So the protector's rule is roll a dice before you allocate a wound or a mortal wound to the Ossiarch Bonereapers hero within 3 inches of this friendly unit. On 2+, you may allocate a wound to or mortal wound to a friendly unit that has this ability that is within 3 inches of the Bonereapers hero instead of allocating it to the Bonereapers hero, basically. Yeah. So it's a standard like bodyguard rule, but on a 2+, pretty sick. And obviously the guys, Nagesh and all the rest of them are going to be before you roll a dice to allocate them more. Oh yeah. They're going to be pretty tough to kill, and then if you do get through, then you're going to allocate it to these guys. To sum up, so here we are at the end, I'm guessing. Let me just check. Yeah, pretty much at the end. So the Ossiarch Bonereapers reward meticulous planning and careful resource management. Being an elite force will mean that you will often be outnumbered on the battlefield, so success lies within your limited numbers in a deadly combination, empowering your units with magic and effectively utilizing your Relentless Discipline points. The army plays like no other faction in Warhammer Age of Sigmar, or Age of Nagesh, or Sigmar. Go away. And extremely rewarding to play. A perfectly executed plan will send your opponent's army running for the hills. However, we all know the best thing about Warhammer Age of Sigmar is that even the best made plans are laid to waste by the fickle dice gods from time to time. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at this guy whilst I'm just saying. So quick summary, my opinion is they look pretty cool. As it says, sounds like an elite force. When they say it plays like no other army, well, they seem like they play a little bit like Necrons, if you ask me. But I totally get it. It makes sense. And what other army shouldn't play like Necrons? To be honest, they're skeletons. And I feel like there's definitely some model conversion capabilities, to be honest, between the two. We'll see if we can scrim. Good gosh, that's not... We're not talking about plastering here. Let's get that off real quick. I think you could convert some guys using these models. Anyway, so sorry. That's the end of the video. Let me know if you think, what you think you should do with these models, whether conversion or whether you think you should, rules-wise. Definitely tell me in the comments down below, and I will say, as ever, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.